Who's Spencer?
I am a YouTuber and real estate investor, but also a great friend, really, really funny guy.
That's not what the ladies say. Oh, you are, dude. You are. Yeah. What's your journey, man? So, you're from, you're from Georgia. You moved out here. How the heck do you go from being in basically the Bible Belt? I don't know if Georgia technically is.
It is, absolutely is.
And then end up in Sin City.
It was a long path. I used to work in sports, so I had a few years of trying to find my way between internships and sales jobs, which are pretty challenging in the sports world. They were 1 year in nature, so they're like short term. And I didn't really enjoy that career path, so I decided to change careers 2015. And I went from Silicon Valley down to Las Vegas to join the tech world, ironically enough.
Dude, what's funny is like I've known you for a little while now, maybe a couple years, and I've got to know you better probably the last 6 months or so, which has been cool. But I learned more in doing research on you than I've known. Like you're just like kind of like the low key humble guy, but dude, like you don't really talk about your life and like dude, you literally worked for sports companies. Mm-hmm. You like it looked like based on like your LinkedIn and online, it's like that looked like the career path you wanted to go into.
For sure. Sports management in college, and that's the degree I graduated with. So I went down and did an internship at Florida State University in order to complete that degree. So I was on the field during game day. If you're a college football fan, that's like a big deal. So there were 2 game days that year when Clemson came to town and Florida came to town. So that was a really cool internship. And then I did a couple other internships. Yeah, it was really interesting that way.
This pivot where it's like software development.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get out of sports. It's a really challenging career to break into. The salaries are really on the low end. Because if you think about it, there's only so many sports teams in any city. So if one job isn't working out or you want to advance in your career, you probably have to move cities. It's really, really challenging to break through. And so I didn't see a pathway for me to continue in that industry. And I love tech. I love programming and software engineering. And of course, I was in, at that time, Oakland, and I was around San Francisco. And at this time, this was 2014, this was when the idea of like software engineering started to get really popular, and the idea that you didn't have to go to Harvard and get a CS degree in order to program. You could just do these like 12-week boot camps, and you could join some really cool startup. At that time, the startup culture was so cool to be around. So I wanted to be a part of it.
What were you actually doing?
I was in sales for Oakland A's.
No, when you went up to Silicon Valley.
Yeah. I was working for the A's for about 7 months, and then I saw the writing on the wall that I just was not going to last. That job was really challenging. Sales for the A's is an incredibly challenging career.
You went up there to work for them.
Yeah, up there to work.
And then pivoted. You just found like another...
Yeah, exactly. So I had thought about doing it before, because before I joined the A's, I had worked for the Rockets, and Damian Lillard in 2013 hit a game-winning shot over Chandler Parsons to win Game 6 up in Portland to end my job. It's like watching a sporting event, and if your team loses, the team you work for loses, then your job's over. That was my Friday night, that one night. Wow. So then Monday comes around, yep, you're let go. And so I was in Houston, Texas, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my career. So I thought of going into the programming route, or maybe stick it out in sports and try the sales thing once again. So I took on a really tough job to see if I was made out to do sales in sports. Turns out that I wasn't. And after like 5 months, I realized I got to get out of here. I got to change career paths. And thankfully, there were these 12-week boot camp models that were open. These were becoming more popular in San Francisco. So I was able to join one. I left my career with the A's and then joined the 12-week boot camp April 2015.
So what people know you as, you're this YouTuber, and I mean, dude, a little bit of controversy.
Yeah.
Right? You're a bit of a controversial person, but the thing that people, I don't know if they really tap into and know about you is before YouTube, you're like a really successful, like real estate investor, like you're a real estate agent. So, how did you go from having a profitable, like, real estate portfolio to going to an unprofitable career of making content online?
Well, to be fair, I was not profitable in real estate before YouTube started to pick up. I had some success. I bought a condo out here in Vegas, which appreciated a lot from 2016 to 2019. And so I made some money with that, thankfully. And then a fourplex, I made some money on the fourplex as well. So I guess in some sense I had made probably $100,000 between the two. So I was at least somewhat successful. However, all the problems started in my real estate career once YouTube started to pick up. Funny enough. Maybe I was distracted. No, thankfully I was very, very thankful that YouTube ended up picking up, and it was able to offset a lot of the losses that I experienced in real estate.
And then how did you pick like this niche? I know you're moving a little bit away from it right now, but you were like kind of the CoffeeZilla like in like a certain area.
Yeah, for sure. He was definitely the biggest influence to me, of course. At that time, I'd still wanted to make that content, this content of like, what do they not want you to see? Because this was very prevalent in real estate. A lot of gurus started popping up, a lot of TV shows started popping up, and I was doing it, and I was like, they're missing a lot of details here. And so my mind around YouTube was, how can I make videos of like stuff that is true, but a lot of content is around the falsity of it. And so then when I had one Friday night when I saw CoffeeZilla's videos about fake gurus, it was like the perfect moment. And so I had my mindset on those types of videos. And then when I saw his, it gave me the inspiration to try the internet marketing space. So yeah, he was a huge inspiration to me. How did I start it? Was just seeing CoffeeZilla doing it. And I felt like I had a unique perspective. I felt like I was someone that could be super objective and look at kind of these quote unquote success gurus. I felt like I could actually do a deep dive. And my whole intention from the start was just to, see if they're legit. Are these guys legit? Are they as good at whatever skill they claim to have as whatever it is they claim to have? And that was where the journey started.
Thanks for checking out this short clip from the full podcast I did. If you want to see another clip, go ahead and click the link right here. Or if you want to see the full podcast, you can click the link right here and check it out.